How's it going, everybody? This is Johnny the Educator. Now, today we're going to be talking about infection control. Now, what is infection control? Basically, it's a term to describe efforts to prevent the spread of communicable diseases. Now, infection control practices can be divided into three methods. The first one, cleaning. Second one, disinfection. And last one, sterilization. Now, cleaning, standards apply to remove dirt, debris, and potential pathogens to aid in the slowing and growth of pathogens, but it does not kill pathogens whatsoever. Disinfection, standards require products to kill certain pathogens like bacteria, viruses, fungi, with the exception of spores. Lastly, sterilization. Standards state that all microbial life, including spores, must be killed or destroyed. Let's talk about cleaning. Cleaning, which includes sanitizers, reduce pathogens on surfaces that are non-porous. Now, what the heck are pathogens? They're basically microorganisms that cause disease. So things like antiseptics can't replace basically hand washing and can't be used to clean tools or equipments. And also think about this, the percentage of alcohol that can be used as an antiseptic for the skin is about 70% of alcohol. So there's two types of items that you want to look out there, which is porous and non-porous. Porous is material that allows liquid or air to flow through or pass through, while non-porous is material that has no pores and you can't get any kind of liquids to be absorbed or pass through whatsoever. That's why ventilation guidelines always wants you to maintain a temperature of 70 degrees Fahrenheit and 21 degrees Celsius. Let's bring it back to our second method of infection control, which is our disinfection stage. This method kills certain pathogens, i.e. bacteria, viruses, and fungi, with the exception of spores on non-porous surfaces, tools, and multi-use supplies. Now, disinfectants usually are chemical products, and these are used to kill certain pathogens like bacteria, viruses, and fungi, with the exception of spores on non-porous surfaces. Now, these toxins, FYI, can be harmful, and I mean harmful to your skin. They usually are regulated through various governing agencies. Remember, each disinfectant has a contact time requirement, which is the amount of a disinfectant product needs to be actually in direct contact with the item to be disinfected. It has to stay moist and also then dried to be an effective killer against pathogens. Some examples are bactericidal, which kill bacteria. You have your fungicidal, which of course are gonna kill fungi. And then you have your virucidal, which of course kills those pesky viruses. It's gonna regulate all these folks. Well, let's talk about governing agencies like OSHA, which stands for Occupational Safety and Health Administration. This enforces safety and health standards in the workplace. This also regulates safety data sheets, those SDS, and enforces labeling of products. In conjunction with this, we have our HCS. Remember this, it stands for Hazard Communication Standard. And this standard requires employees to be informed of the dangers of all the materials and the exposure that they might have to toxic substances within the workplace. Do you remember that SDS that I said earlier, or that safety data sheet? Now, this is designed to provide employees key information on a specific product. Every disinfectant is going to have an efficacy label, and this label actually provides you with information of how effective that or results does it have within that product. Now, this is governed by EPA. Remember that, Environmental Protection Agency. What does EPA do, or what do they govern? Now, this approves the efficacy of products used for infection control. The manufacturers must submit to the agency for verification of effectiveness. Manufacturers also list efficacy on the product label no matter what. And whenever they do that, EPA actually distributes an EPA registration number. And this ensures with every disinfectant that the product is verified and filed. There's three types of disinfectants. We have your solutions, we have your wipes, we have your sprays, pump or aerosol bottles as well. There's different things that you should look out for that make an effective and quick acting disinfectant. What's the contact time? How quick do you need it to immerse fully? Because remember, immersion is required and it has to be completely immersed. Especially that tool, it should be covered by the liquid disinfectant entirely. Now, when do you use all those three? So let's start with our solutions. Our solutions definitely are going to be for non-porous tools, work surfaces, or floors, but also watch out for them because they can irritate the skin a little bit. You have your wipe. These are perfect for work surfaces and electrical wires and cables, but watch out, these bad boys still are irritating to the skin as well. Lastly, we have our sprays. These are good for work surfaces, but also watch out for the inhalation of these fumes. They cannot be ideal for your body. A few disinfectants that are out there that I kind of want you to know about are quaternary ammonium compounds, also known as quats. Remember about these bad boys that they have to be submerged for at least 10 minutes. And also we have our sodium hypochlorite 5.25% concentrate. That's a big word, isn't it? It's essentially just bleach, guys. So remember that you just want about 5% of that and turn it into a 10% solution, okay? And from there, we have our accelerated hydrogen peroxide. Now, they only need 14 minutes on any kind of environment, and it's non-toxic to the skin. So a lot of people end up going towards that. Another one is your phenolic disinfectant or tuberculocidal. Try saying that. It's essentially a cancer-causing chemical. Now, a lot of folks end up trying to put alcohol, which is a poor disinfectant, guys. That needs at least 20 to 30 minutes of contact time on any surface. Last but not least, we have our third and final method of infection control. It's your sterilization. And what do you think it does? This is the most effective level of infection control. Now, this kills or destroys all microbial life, including spores, through the use of heat, steam, and or chemical sterilants. Usually an autoclave is used for this, and it's basically just having something or steam at a high pressure. And tools that usually invade or puncture the skin, it's going to have a need for sterilization. Remember, general practices to follow during infection control procedures include hand washing, wash those hands, and using personal protective equipment or your PPE. What the heck do we disinfect and what the heck do we discard? Is it gonna be a single use or disposable item, or is it gonna be a multi-use or reusable item? This is an example of a single use item. And this is an example of a multi-use or reusable item. Right, everybody, have fun with your infection control slides. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask.